According to the New York Times, you personally know about 600 people in your lifetime.
But what about the people you never really knew? In this series, we'll try to expand your bubble,
Taking a look at the interesting lives probably happening right at the corners of yours.
I'm Evan Galbraith. I own the Left-Handed Spatula food truck, and you can find us in Rochester, New York. It's a kitchen joke. Throughout the years in food service, especially in the military, we loved to pull pranks on each other, and that was one of the things. We would get a new soldier in, and we'd tell him to go get the left-handed spatula, and he'd be digging around in the pans. Yes, there is. You can actually buy a left-handed spatula, but it's useless, to be honest with you. They're ambidextrous, you know. Somewhere online, I had wrote something or emailed something for a free pair of Army socks. So this whole career with the Army started with a pair of socks, and they offered me 3 different positions in the military after I took the ASVAB. One of them was a mechanic, one was an MP, military police, or a cook. And I didn't want to lose my artistic ability, so I thought cooking might have fit me best. So I decided to become a cook, and I was stationed at the 401st Civil Affairs Battalion in Webster. And this was right before 9/11, and then 9/11 happened. And then I decided to go active duty and serve my country overseas. And somebody had noticed my talents along the way, and they stuck me on the culinary team where to compete in a national competition. And that's when I was hooked. Right at that moment. 2014, I believe it was, I was in what they call NTC. It's a National Training Center out in California. And thousands of soldiers will go out there, and we train for war. And obviously they have to eat as well. So you had options to go to food trucks on the post as well. And me and a buddy of mine were sitting around a table and joking and laughing about the idea of getting out and actually opening one. And wouldn't you know, it became a reality years down the road. Yeah, so we're never cooking that for that many on a food truck. But there's a difference though, so there's a different style of cooking. So when you're cooking for a large group, you have one person that's specifically just dealing with, let's say, all the proteins, one person dealing with all the vegetables, you know, somebody doing salad bar and stuff of that nature. So you have a team, and plus you're only focused on one little thing. So let's say you get, like for my food truck, for example, I'm doing most of the cooking and my wife's taking all the orders. If we have 3 hours where we're serving and we have 40 people come to the truck, they're all ordering individual different things, and then, oh, I don't want tomatoes on this, or I don't want onions, it's the stress levels start to increase because you're trying to track all these different things and you're cooking everything specifically to order instead of one at once, you know. At least once a week, there's a day that I'm done. I want to go home. My back hurts, my feet hurt. You know, you're breathing in some of the smoke that's coming off of the grill. But you sit back when you're your own boss and you're working with something that you've created. There's joy in that, you know. So I will always wake up the next morning, I'm ready to go and do it again. Yesterday, I think, was the most rewarding day I've had since I've opened. So being in the military, I was gone a lot of times. If I was not overseas, I was across the country, so I wasn't able to really be with my 2 older boys a lot. Yesterday, I did an event out in Medina from 8 to 2, and they actually got on the truck with me and we cooked together. So for the whole day, I got to cook with them and talk and chat, and it really wasn't about making any money yesterday. It was really about just connecting with them and getting, you know, see if they're interested in something like this, because obviously I want to pass this down to somebody. But once I build a name for myself, that's the next step, is to move on to a brick and mortar and just expand and get bigger and bigger. I get older, and I was, you know, medically retired from the military. Pain sets in, obviously, with everybody, you know. So I would like to step back and kind of sit and take more of a managerial role, but I still want hands-on. I've always been a hands-on guy, and I love to get in the kitchen. So if I could do it as long as I possibly can, I will.